First, the US is quietly floating a plan that could see Ukraine join the European Union by 2027. Why? If you stay with me, I'm going to explain. Now, second, Europe has now finally decided that they're going to lock away 210 billion euros of Russia's money this time around indefinitely. Why that decision? I am going to explain if you stay with me. And then third, your hero boy, Zelensky, showed up suddenly at the front line. Can you imagine? Right when peace talks are being whispered, why would Zelensky show up at the front line? Why? Now, if you stay with me, I'm going to explain these three things I just mentioned. All right, let's start with the first one. The US is encouraging the idea that Ukraine could join the European Union by 2027. Now, this does not in any way mean that the EU has approved it, or Ukraine is guaranteed an entry automatically, no, or that the war will end by then. What it does mean is this, that the West is telling Ukrainians, you have a future inside Europe. That's what they're saying. It keeps Ukraine motivated to keep fighting. And that it calms fear that Ukraine might be abandoned after the war. But in reality, EU membership usually takes about 10 to 15 years. So how is that possible? Do you understand what I'm saying now? And then some EU countries are already uncomfortable with it because the timeline is more political than realistic. So this is hope being used, as nothing but pure strategy. And then Europe again went ahead to say that the money we said we froze temporarily, we are now freezing it indefinitely. That's 210 billion euros. Take note of this. It is not private money. No. It is Russia's central bank money kept in European financial systems through trade, selling of oil and all of that. And before now, Europe said the freeze is temporary. Now, Europe says the freeze has no end date. It's indefinite. I'm going to explain why. Europe is using the money as leverage against Russia's security for loans to Ukraine. Pressure in future peace talks. Europe is being careful with words, but the message is very clear that this money is not coming back until this war ends. Not just end, it must end on our terms. That is what Europe is trying to do. That, hey, we know you are winning, and that's why you want to end this war in your own way, your own terms. They must give you the Donbas region. We are going to keep your money until we decide how we want this war to end. This is no longer normal sanctions. It is economic warfare. And then your hero boy suddenly showed up at the front line while peace talks are being discussed quietly. While some Western allies are getting tired. I told you about France and Germany and even UK. UK does not want to spend anything anymore. France and Germany wouldn't mind that this war comes to an end, even the ugly way. Do you understand? So Zelensky suddenly showed up at the front line while questions about compromise are growing. What is happening? It means there's pressure somewhere under someone's bum bum. He has a very clear message to Ukrainians. I have not sold you out. That is what Zelensky is saying, your hero boy. And to the soldiers, your sacrifice is not being traded away. And to his allies, EU, whatever they want to call them, do not pressure me into a bad deal. This was about authority and not photos. He showed up there. Anyway, Russia will not hit him, but whatever it is, I don't understand. Anyway, for now, this one, Beaver knows. What do you know?